All right. Good morning, friends. Good morning. Party hangover or generally tired on Sunday? Staying away from families, so therefore, is it so? Make some noise. What is the cause? All right. I will consider this is a hangover of the party then. Okay. So, thank you very much for being with me on this Sunday. My name is Rahul Neel. I will be the moderator of this panel. I work for a company called Information Security Media Group. I have a dual responsibility. There's no anchor to help me, so I have to introduce the panel, and then I'll also have to moderate the conversation. Since we are a little ahead of time, I would like to set the expectation for this room very clearly that as a moderator, I hate doing monologues. So please participate. It's a nice, great topic. It's a very topical conversation that's going to happen. I will speak the least. I'll have my panelists, whom I will introduce in a short while from now, speak more, and I'll also encourage you to participate in the conversation. So without further ado, since the people are still trickling in, I would like to call upon my panelists one by one on the stage. Srihari Kotni. Srihari is the CISO of Geofinance. Welcome, Sri. I have with me Ketan Vyas. Ketan is the head of application security at TCS. I have with me Satyavathi Divadari. Satya is the deputy CISO of Freshworks. Last but not the least, I would like to call upon Prajal Kulkarni. Prajal is the CISO of a financial institution called Grow. All right, so am I audible after I have left the mic here? Great. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with me on this panel today, which is going to discuss about the modern security architecture. It's less of architecture that we are going to talk. I guess this is slightly jargonized word that we used here, but yes, we will talk about an approach. And the approach is the cybersecurity professionals, both sitting on the dais and sitting in the audience, would agree with me that we have all grown and matured in our profession by implementing best of breed cybersecurity products. If I may say that an average organization or an average enterprise has a sprawl of anywhere between 40 to 50 products. It might be more, it might be slightly less, it won't be an exaggeration. However, for past about 4 to 5 years, or maybe 5 to 6 years, there has been a consistent effort being made by technology organizations, technology vendors, cybersecurity vendors, to consolidate and offer a wide-ranging products so that the CISOs, the organizations, has to manage less complexity. However, there could be a difference of opinion between what the vendors say. Any vendors in this room? Any cybersecurity vendors in this room? Okay, so there. So feel free to ask questions to them, but also be ready to have some harsh criticism. Okay, so vendors have matured. They have actually, by way of both organic and inorganic ways of growing, they have widened and they have deepened their portfolios, which is also a very good thing. However, there is still a streak of support in favor of the best of breed cybersecurity products. And there's a reason for that. And that's the reason why what I will discuss with my panel here. Opening comments from each one of you on this whole debate of best of breed versus platformization. It's a little tongue twister, but I pronounce it well, so thanks to me. I will start with you, Srihari.
Right. Good morning, everyone. So I started my career some 20 years back, right? So it's like a wave of adding the solution after the solution, right? Initially, the CISO's dilemma was that there are not enough solutions are available in the market. For example, whole disk encryption, privileged access management, and all are actually later editions, right? Initially we started with a VPN kind of technology, right? So, and it went to a peak stage that, CISO has to buy everything, right? There are some 40 pointed solutions. And literally, if you are not having anything, you are actually having the either exceptions or the risk accepted by the management, right? You cannot really manage those risks, right? So today, the platforms are setting in. Then actually there are a lot of consolidation is happening, right? If you look at some of the major vendors in the market, literally you name anything, actually they have the whole list of some 85, 90 products, right? They offer everything, right? But thing is, typically I have my teams, right, who do the evaluation of the solutions and all, right? Then different thoughts comes in. Some says that, the cost is a factor, right? If you have a single platform, then you'll save the money. At the same time, you can actually consolidate all the solutions, right? So typically I say only one thing, conjuicy nahi hai. If you become wiser and we'll have the larger exposures, right? So while the platform offers a great consolidation with multiple solutions, in platform also, like you have to buy for every product, right? In many cases.
You mean to say that the modular?
Modular, actually. You have to pay for the module. Like no one really gives...
Forcing you to buy the entire platform.
Yes. At the same time, some of the products that are offered by platforms may not be actually, meeting your requirements, right? They say something, either they are evolving or they are not fully ready. In that case, you should not compromise. You have to buy the required solution based on your risk appetite, right? Some solutions, it's okay, right? You can manage with the platform solutions because it's not just product that helps you, but also you have to invest a lot on your internal capability like teams. And every CISO today recruit the engineering team, which makes the solutions works. But at one point of time, you have to go for the pointed solution at this moment.
Okay, so it's a very balanced approach that you are advocating, and probably that's also a very pragmatic and a practical approach, because I do not think that there is one platform which can cater to all your requirements when it comes to cybersecurity challenges. Ketan.
I don't want to tell the name, but there are some companies, literally everything. You name any security solution, they have that endpoint, server,
I am
network,
sure
everything.
This audience is very intelligent. They will understand you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So I would distribute the products into two parts. One are the offensive. The second is the defensive. So in my experience, what I found is the offensive side, where niche products are very useful. And on the defensive side, where you need more stability, more sustained support, at that time, the platforms are working better. There are exceptions in both the categories, but this is how it functions. Unfortunately, as a head of the group, what I observed is there is no tool which can currently beat the pen testers or bounty hunters.
Wow.
So we must applaud all of them.
This is all for you. This is all for you.
But since we are considering only two of these three, I would say, depending on the use case, we should be using them.
That's a very fresh approach that you brought and classified into offensive versus defensive. And you made it very clear, nothing can beat pen testers. What about you, ma'am?
Yeah, so there's always there are solutions or platforms being built that they can solve the entire universe's problem. Name ADR, name XDR, name cloud, name IoT, everything I can supply to you. But when we are, as a CISO, you're taking a decision, or as a deputy CISO, I'm taking a decision. The challenge for me is like, how easy for me to take additional module of this vendor? Is it okay to add that additional 100K dollars or euro for adding that functionality when I'm getting a different product for a better features, as the way you said, best in breed feature? We haven't worked with, but they offer the best in that particular niche area. So that is where the challenge comes in, even for us. If you have a single answer, are you actually having a completely all platforms, not best in breed? No. I think it's a mix of both. Most of the organizations does that. So the area where I'm going in with this is, end of the day, we are looking for how faster we can identify an incident. That's the detection, the defense area, and how quickly I can respond to. That requires a kind of a solution when I'm buying, has the best intelligence to get me there. That is how quickly we can identify. That's when we are not in the news anymore, right? So that is what demarcates the product, not just the product's scalability and how many products they can add into their bucket, but what they're offering to the table. That matters to us. And I like the approach Ketan mentioned. Internal assessments or internal hackathons, and the external, this is the like HackerOnes kind of groups and the researchers who actually offer the information about the exploits. They are very valuable for most organizations. However, these are not tools, right? They happen when they happen. Another important information here is that when we are having these, I don't want to create as a competition between platform versus best of breed, but the way I am reading it here is there are always chances. As a company, I might have 3 vendors who are competitors. They are supplying 3 different products and they are on the ground. Then it's good to have that. I'm sorry to say that. It's good to have them, keep them on the control on their toes, that they're aware that, you know what? Your competitor is delivering with this component. You are delivering this component. How good are you? Right? So sometimes it works, or most times. And we are going for renewals. It's always a competition of, okay, which skills are, or which product is actually giving us the best results. I think while we say that cost is not a matter, but cost is a matter because we have to fight a lot to get that money. Right? So how well we are investing in it, that's how we can prove ourselves as the best of the cybersecurity professionals. So that's where I go with it.
Fantastic. So hold on. I have a different question for you. I mean, we have had a divergent view, but the industry's progress is not in your control. For example, a large cybersecurity vendor would go on a shopping spree and keep acquiring products, keep integrating in those products into their platforms, and then claim that this is so all-encompassing, this is so comprehensive. Why do you have to go to 10 different vendors? Come to me, I will sell you the product. It might just make you a victim. I'm just saying for the sake of it. In that light, what's your opinion now? I've given a small twist to this whole question.
Sure. So I think for me, in the next 4-5 years, it's always going to be a hybrid approach of best in breed versus platformization, because I think the security world is still yet to reach a stage where any vendor calling it out that we are doing best of everything. So whenever I look at platformization also, there are a bunch of factors that I categorize. One is it adding to my existing capabilities? Is my end team who are the real consumers of it, they are going to feel good about using it? As she said about the, incidents, quick incident alerting, is it a factor that this guy is providing to me? I feel all these categories make sense for choosing a platformization versus best in breed. Another approach, Rahul, I feel is having bucketization of those vendors. Like I feel the protect bucket in the NIST world, right? A lot of the vendors are figuring out that these are, some of the things that you cannot be compromising. Like the best in breed of the protect vendors, like the XDRs or the EDRs, they will not come down to something which is platformization as first approach. They are providing that as a service for a very, very long time. They are good at it. they have honed their capabilities over years. So as a CISO, I would look up to them for that first product, and maybe on the discovery bucket or the, figuring out like the scanning, as Srihari was mentioning, I might go hunting for like a platformization offering because I'm okay with that approach.
So areas where you don't want to compromise and which are very extremely sensitive for the organization, you would go with the best of breed, and which are peripheral, I would not say non-critical, but still not as critical as the top ones. You can experiment with platforms.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I'm done with my first round. If there are any questions or observations, please raise your hand, and I can have the panel answer your questions. Anything quickly? Please go on, sir. Do we have a mic? Okay, we have to borrow one from here. Great.
Wonderful insights. So just to start with, as you said, the field for the non-platform or the startups or the other cybersecurity firms, the way it is emerging, it's happening. The chances of getting big is getting kind of more and more difficult with the platform companies. So what are some niche areas, say, on the defensive side, which you identify as of today, where people should focus on, where the platforms are not doing very well? So it can help us, the community, to think and build around that.
Okay, so if you are asking for what should be the best defensive product you should focus now, that's the question?
No, the problem statements which are there in the defensive domain.
Okay.
The new problem.
New problem what? Okay, what is the new problem?
In the defensive domain, which the platforms are not doing very well.
Okay, so I think the problem all of us facing is the problem which we are studying today. The topic is AI. The topic is AI. Now, how do you defense for AI models which are being developed? How you secure that that model is not poisoned and that model is not biased, that model is not drifted? For that, there is no clear set tools available today. So if you have a defense to identify during the design of AI model, is there a way that you can identify them as a defense, right? You can just create a guardrail so that we are not passing the poison through the model. That's another way. I know I'm actually throwing a very, niche subject here in the defense sector. As of now, none of the SOC tools, sorry for all the SOC providers here, are addressing AI related vulnerabilities or configuration, misconfiguration ideas into SOC. As of now, it is still lying under the bucket of IT. But that's an niche area to focus.
Ketan, you would like to substantiate?
I would take a different
Give a straight
take.
answer if you have.
I will tell you.
Question.
Yeah. So if you have 100 rupees and you have to spend, you need to choose wisely, right? Now, from a ROI standpoint, I will see that wherever there is a manual work, if I could automate it, that will help. So one of the example that she was mentioning about the SOC operations. So if you look at the job of a SOC analyst, it's very monotonous, very boring, and there is a very high alert fatigue that happens. If there is a way by which we can prioritize or identify the right alerts for them, that is going to win the market. So that's one area which I suggest. Second, that she spoke about the AI models. Now everybody is today experimenting. So there are thousands of models available. If you go to Hugging Face, you will look at how many players are there. Which one to choose? That's very critical. So if there is a way by which a right data set can be created for building the security models, that's going to help a long way.
Okay,
Yeah,
quick.
thank you.
You have a mic. Quick.
No,
and
you
then I
guys
will
didn't
go to the
realize
question.
he was scouting for startup ideas, by the way.
Right. Just I want to give. I want to give.
Okay, Sri.
So directly, I will give two examples. Right, platforms can leverage actually that cross product capabilities. Right. For example, AI and all. There are niche areas because you asked me. For example, DLP. DLP platforms say that we offer you actually as a part of product, but they are not able to do it. Second is identity and access management. Most of the platforms have come with that. We have this product, now we are into identity and access management or identity governance. That area also, I think that, still you need to go for the product. Platforms are unable to address some of the things actually which I did the assessment.
Okay,
There can
give
be
the
many
mic to him. You have a question.
Hi, no, I'm just referring to the question which he was asking and Satyavathi was responding,
Keep the mic close to you.
Yeah, so I'm Rajiv Behel from St. Fox, and some of you know me from my Wipro days where I was heading up cyber defense in Wipro. I'm right now a member of OWASP Foundation, and specifically I've been tracking the AI red teaming tools. I've seen more than 50 tools in various, there are two forums actually. One is OWASP AI Exchange, other is OWASP, and both of them I am specializing only in AI red teaming. I can tell you, I will welcome you guys to take a look at the work we have done. We have come with some best practices from OWASP for red teaming tools to put it in the pipeline, because the challenge is that unlike the classical pen testing in the AI, you need SAS, you need continuous evaluation, and some of us are building a tool. Very soon you will see, you will hit the headlines. Keep a close watch on that. But I will welcome you to take a look at the papers which are coming. Just Google for Gen AI red teaming best practices. You will see our paper over there. I'll welcome you guys to take a look at that.
Great. Please go ahead.
This gentleman asked the security tools, what defensive techniques, detection they can provide. So as per my experience and exposure in our organization, we have seen the end users downloading browser extension and none of the security tools are detecting and blocking them. So we had to actually develop a tool to block those browser extension, be it third-party VPN, streaming, video, whatever. They keep downloading and those doesn't get detected by any of these security tools. We tried all best of breed, you said, right?
Okay, let me get this validation from the panel.
Yeah.
Is this
So the CISOs today actually, invest more time on the POCs than the actual implementations these days.
fantastic point? Fantastic
So
point.
whatever they claim, most of the, this is a
Elaborate.
frustrating point that
No,
most of their claims
Don't just blame, but elaborate.
Right. So basically, of course, there is a sales part for the solutions, right? So obviously, they try to be forward-looking statements, but then CISOs need to test it. Basically, many times we just listen to what they're saying, right? Do you have that actually as a technical?
You're now guarding
it's a
your
written
words.
thing. Actually, you don't have.
What we did, we collected all the browser extensions from the endpoints using our bots. We have bots installed on our endpoints. So 85,000 endpoints, we just collected those browser extensions. We have created a reference set in our SIM tool. If anybody is detecting that, as well as those hash files we have blocked at our S1 level, EDR level. So whoever downloads, it gets detected and we raise a policy violation against those end users.
Okay.
So this is how we follow.
Not to this specific point, I will tell you actually. So you first is you do the POCs and somehow you say that. No, I'm just saying that what happens is you make a decision and for the scale, because every solution takes 6 months to implement it, you buy it for 3 years. Now for 3 years you cannot replace the product. So what CISOs today actually doing that, we are actually in some organization, I actually invest in the engineering actually internal thing. Right? Given an opportunity, if the organization is very large, some of the products probably we can develop also. But at the same time, we actually invest in the engineering. Today, open source tools are there. Whatever the problems you are saying, better to solve it yourself.
Yeah,
because the turnaround by sometimes the vendors is so long that we build actually, the open source tools, ELKs or interfaces also we build. APIs are also we are building.
That's what we did.
So security
Okay,
team has to do
curtail
invest in
this
the
one-on-one
engineering.
conversation here. Sorry. This is a very healthy conversation. Just keep it outside the room.
I'd like to just add up
No
to
offenses, please.
the whole thing. I had a couple of points. So guys, a lot of requirements around security will keep emerging. Like as lady was saying about browser extensions, there are other problems also which have not been solved by either platforms or best in breed both. Sure. So I've seen in the trend-wise, at least, a lot of these problems are pocketed by either small startups and they work on it. Like this could be a startup idea, what your team has done, right? And you might tomorrow, God knows, can get acquired by one of these top platformized tools. So these themes have been there, and in my career of security, I have personally solved a lot of these pinpointed.
But a question:
problems.
if this is such a pertinent problem, why are the platforms not addressing it?
They are in a way, like, I don't want to take names, they might be here, but then they have, like, in your context, there are, like, container browsers now which have come, and a lot of big names have started
You mean to say
working on
Palo
it.
networks?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Zscaler also has that similar component. Create more
All
problems.
right.
That's why the niche players or actually startups do better than legacy.
So,
They have legacy.
inadvertently, you are now putting startups and niche players at a higher pedestal than platforms.
Yes.
By the way, okay, that's my assessment. You were saying
No,
something.
I'm, you remember when we met in 2023 Moscow
Yes.
Summit RSA. So I observed that there is one single problem, the IDM product, about no pass, last pass. Like that, I can go on with 100 different products just about how do I get rid of password.
Password.
100 different products. I'll tell you, there are different mechanics, and the exhibitions are everywhere. They put their stalls and they're explaining how beautifully they can actually make you work without password. You believe it's a big problem? Yes, that's the biggest problem we all face, and we know that password is the reason why a lot of data is exploited. So that's the oldest problem to solve. Not an AI, which is the new one, but the oldest problem, but has the most products available and a lot of features coming up to solve it. There are always, like, even though it's a single problem, you can come up with a different innovative solution. That's what I want to say. And then answering that browser extension. So modern companies who are SaaS based, me being one, we being one. So modern companies work on 100% SaaS and 100% native, cloud native tools, comes with various new, what we can say, requirements of security which may not be addressed by, again I'm using very loosely the word may not be addressed by the platforms, because they are addressing the scale. They are addressing the team at scale. Whereas these problems like browser extension or how do you manage the Slack, if there are obscene words coming in, how do you identify? These are all problems, non-compliances, right? How do you actually do it? These are all very tiny bits of problems which need to be addressed for particular genre of companies which are small in size but could be addressed. These are the type of things could be handled or picked as a problem statement by the new entrepreneurs. And for sure, there are organizations ready to buy. I don't think anybody is interested to put everything in, as common line says, right? We never put all the eggs in one basket.
Okay.
For sure.
Just a minute. Are you okay with this kind of conversation, and I can dump my questions in the trash bin?
This works.
Huh? This works?
Better actually.
Fantastic. So, more hands, ma'am. Can I give opportunity to someone else? Okay, one last question.
That it is of large scale they are working with. But then these are the basic things you need to focus on. Those are the entry points for the threat actors. It is personally experienced thing I'm telling you.
I worked in a large product company. Just want to answer that there's always a scale at the idea while the product at stage. But there are also areas, there is something called innovation labs where people start cooking various solutions. Whether that comes to your place or not, that's a different case.
Yeah.
All right. Any other? There?
Hey, I'm working in SOC. My question is, average skilled people in your team and the best products, or best skilled people and average features products? How, as a CISO, you navigate?
Vote for you.
A chocolate for you from my side.
Yeah, same here.
Please. Who wants to attempt this question, or maybe the entire panel has a different view? All right. So go ahead, please.
Sure. So I would say those who have best skills and those who have best ability, they are founders. They don't work for us. Okay.
Wow. No, but
for the
just to add to her question, is this some kind of a compromise method that we are trying to validate?
I would say that we train the teams to do the operational work. I mean, that would be true for all organizations, that you need a percentage of your workforce to do the operational work. Somebody need to switch off lights, somebody need to switch on lights, that type of thing. Then there is a middle layer who would be interfacing with the products and the business. Because you need that type of skills to translate the visions or the business requirements into the operational work. On the top, you need a decision makers. So that's where, as I mentioned, the 100 rupees, with 100 rupees you want to buy one pizza or you want to buy a pasta and pav bhaji.
Okay.
That decision they
Right.
take.
Okay.
I have a interesting
Radically
view to
different
this.
view.
Say to your, let me ask you a counter question, right? Everyone has used LLMs, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, etc. Would you want a person who's a layman doesn't know how to use it as a coder, or would you want somebody who knows the know-hows of, say, LLM and then he is implementing the same code? Because I have a story behind it.
Go ahead with the story.
I would say I have seen people who are laymen and using ChatGPT as a coder rather than a skilled one and using ChatGPT as a coder.
Yeah. So the story is real. You can Google about it. There's I don't want to take the company name, but then this guy took an example of a JavaScript problem, asked GPT. GPT gave a snippet, copy pasted the snippet without reading what it is in production code, and introduced a security bug, which was quite disastrous. So right. You have tools which are like the best in breed today, but you want people who understand how to use it. Like a mechanic, if you can't go to an average mechanic and expect your car to be fixed, you need somebody who understands what is that machine. So for me, I have lived this in security world. Like systems do not introduce vulnerabilities. It is humans who introduce vulnerabilities, and you will start reading vulnerabilities in people and not in systems.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. So I just want to add one comment. I think this I've seen this line, you might have read it also, just apt for this. What it said is, intelligence can be artificial. But, you know the second line? You already know it. Stupidity is real.
What do you mean to say?
What do I mean to say is you can go be intelligent all the time with using machines, but the people who use it also need to be intelligent to use it. See, अकल करने के नकल करने के लिए भी अकल होना जरूरी है. So when you are using ChatGPT, you are just copy pasting. It gives you the standard answer, whatever they given just a previous person who might have pressed the button 1 minute before. It's nothing answering, not answering. That doesn't mean that intelligence is bad. That's good. Only thing, the prompt what you have given is not good enough. When you are making the right type of question, the answer comes in. Like the way. Now we have Rahul here as our moderator. The session is going this way. If there is somebody else moderating, it could have been different. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
so,
am I doing a good job?
Yes, you are doing.
Okay.
So it's all depending on.
Okay, more questions. Sir, would you like to intervene? Manish sir, would you like to intervene? It's going well. All
sir,
right.
Can I answer a little bit more? Actually, my
because I will have just
so.
10 minutes after this.
Okay.
I may come back to one of my questions because I see a lack of enthusiasm among the people, or get your questions ready. The 10 minutes will be spent between you and them. I will not interfere.
So to answer her question, sir, actually, so what I'm saying is, while, Ketan said that we have 3 layers of things, as a CISO, actually, how I think is that the low level, actually, operational jobs are generally, CISOs like to outsource them outside because we don't want to have them actually in the thing. And second thing is the decision makers, right? Those are also important. But somehow, actually, I've seen that these 3 are converging, actually. So we take the good engineering people who automate the L1's work, and at the same time, they're empowered to make some decisions. And the teams are becoming very agile and small teams, right? So that's why there's a lot of investment in the bright engineering guys, but of course, they leave, right? So the holding them is difficult. So someone starts with 7 lakh salary and becomes 60 lakhs actually in 3-4 years. All right. This is a challenge, but these people actually can make the products very effective. Otherwise, the moment the product is sold, most of the vendors will not be available actually to support you, right? So these are the people who make the very effective use of the tools. At the same time, they can play both the roles, and they can actually automate some of the L1's work. Today, SOC actually, the L1 is literally diminishing.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Please go ahead, sir. Can we have the mic quickly?
See, what you have to really understand today is that typically in the industry, you say, hey, I am going to depend upon you to come and solve my problem. I'll pay you money. And unfortunately, it's no longer working. A certain amount of innovation and out-of-the-box thinking has to be done in-house as well. So, if not many people are aware, I'm CIO for Fractal Analytics. It's a company that specializes.
And the former global CISO for Airtel.
So, I have always had this approach that, look, it's a partnership. Having said that, there is no silver bullet, there is no single product, and there is no single brilliant mind which can solve the world's problems. It's all teamwork, and it's a heterogeneous environment. So, I think I'll give an example. One of the biggest issues that we all face is the increasing lack of return on investment on data protection, which is becoming increasingly important. And we are no different. So we said, all right, you have 35 DLP OEMs. Without taking a name, we have also used one of them to implement it in our organization. And this whole DLP operation is a very manual task. And it is a 9 to 5, 5 days a week with lots of holes, lots of gap areas, lots of stuff gets through. And honestly speaking, it has just become a compliance tick in the box to protect yourself against GDPR, etc. So what did we do? We said, hey, we go to an OEM. We say, hey, there is Gen AI. Why don't we do something about it? Well, we did it ourselves. Last week, we have just launched a completely autonomous Gen AI based DLP operations application. It's not yet openly available. We are still figuring it out, but we first solved our own problem. It's technology agnostic, and it completely replaces the whole L1 and L2 stack of people. It works 24/7. False positives are down to 0, and it's all real time. It's completely real time, and we have used Gen AI to do that. And it just took us a couple of months to do it, and we have done it completely in-house. So fantastic. I think the time has come where we have to start looking inward also. And build a small team of very effective people who can leverage this emerging technology to actually start solving the problems. And whilst we solve our problems, I think there's a great opportunity to disrupt the world and help solve other organizations also solve theirs.
Fantastic, sir. Great. Last 7 minutes, I have a hand raised here.
Hello. As we are in 2025 and cybersecurity is getting complex day by day, so there are multiple domains within the cybersecurity like EDR, email security, application security, DLP, what he said. So being a CISO, what are the 5 top most priority where we need to focus presently? Top 5.
I will do a small improvisation in this question. Can you address one each so that none of you hogs the limelight? Give an opportunity to each of those.
So, it's a sum of all solutions, but still I will tell you that these days, recently what I'm saying great value is, one is attack surface management. It is giving a great value. And second is your brand monitoring. And third one is bug bounty program. These 3 are actually delivering a great value these days for the CISOs, for the price.
Ketan.
I would just add some of the things of future. So there are things that are happening which are compute-centric. And those compute-centric items, you can take a blockchain-based or a cryptography-based security requirements. That's going to be a very big need for the future. I'll allow them to finish.
Satya.
So the controls, the cloud native security controls that make our product delivery faster, that's something the need of the hour for organizations who are moving dynamically faster. So we look for those tools or security controls which help our business grow faster?
If I have to pick one, it'll be people. Smart people on the team. They will figure out the tools.
You can pick a few more. It will make him choose better.
I have told him I may not be fit to see what's on ground important, but I would need like really, really smart guys to see the world.
All right,
Like,
collectively you got 5,
things.
right? That was the motive. Any one last question? Go ahead, please. Here.
Where do you get smart people from?
I spend a lot of
what is
time
this question?
figuring out that.
Are you not considering yourself smart? Okay. All right. So that was a very short comment. Any other? Okay. Here you go. Please go ahead and be louder enough.
Despite of having the best products, still it's not able to stop the attack. So what is our approach for resilience or building the resilience? Because
that's a good question.
Having the best product, but if you don't have the best process, if you don't have the best team which are competent enough to manage
And the best people.
your problem, yes, the people. And if you don't have the visibility of our threat landscape, then the entire product would be wasted.
Okay, so I will not change, but I will just rephrase the question. Best of breed products, great platforms, greater. What's your plan to make your organization resilient, thinking that sometime these products might ditch you?
So,
Quick, ma'am.
just quick thing is, I think you need to be prepared that you will be hacked today or tomorrow or day after. So do the preparation exercise like the way we used to do, like war room exercises, tabletop exercises, get everybody on the stage. This happened, what do you do it? Prepare first and then go back and solve it. That's how you get doing it. You do more and more tests, then you will be more resilient.
Ethan.
What she said is correct. A breach and attack simulation, not only on the compute system, also on people. So that's the way forward. Make them or empower them to make decisions. Even if they fail to make certain decisions, it is okay. But give them an experience of a challenge, and you will see that you will get a better results. You may not get best people all the time, but you can make people best.
Fantastic. Quick comment from you.
So here I would like to take example of like people say, what is the way to recover from the ransomware attack? So typically it's not about ransomware attack can happen without vulnerabilities also, right? There are two aspects. One is the authentication actually causes the most of the ransomware attack, and how do you recover it? Restoration, right? Restoration is not an InfoSec process; it's rather ITGC process. If your ITGC is strong processes, actually today look at the stat auditors and all, look at the ITGC process. So while you play with all these defensive, offensive controls, the fundamental to your information security is actually ITGC controls.
Great. Last comment from you.
I don't have a technical answer to this because having the best tools, best people, best processes, you'll always have chances of getting breached. I mean, best companies in the world like Google, Facebook, they have got it. So there's no way you can solve it. You should be got to solve 100% security across the company. But I feel, one of the things that keep you on your toes is doing the drills, getting the team up to date with what we have. We have like 10 tools, 20 tools. They should know each and every tool. They should have the vendors, by the way, on their phone call, right? If shit goes off the roof, like you should have the vendor calling you and making sure they help you. All these things help, right? That's my way.
Quick, ma'am, before I have to just close the panel.
Addressed on time, right? You can't 100% address it, but whatever critical, medium, low, you can address that, and then you should have a strong authentication mechanism and strong MFA in place.
Okay, I'm leaving all of you with the scope of having conversations with each other. I'm sure you already are doing that. That's the purpose of this platform. I'm super excited that all my mehnat, all my hard work went into vain. When I prepared my notes, I did not extend more than, beyond one question that I asked. It was a very generic question. I couldn't have I could have come here without preparing for it. Thank you very much for your participation. A good round of applause for yourself.